welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie with Chubby Girl in the World, and today is it Worth the Wardrobe Halloween edition! Woo! I don't know if you noticed, but Halloween's kind of a big deal around here. I love Halloween. I absolutely love this pirate hat. My husband got it for me at a Renaissance fair, and I've had it for years, and I love being a glam pirate most years. But this year I am considering a couple of other costumes as well. So I wanted to get the background here in the back just so you could see, but it is really kind of an overhead angle. So I'm gonna pull you down and we're gonna get into some is it worth the wardrobe is costume edition. All right, let's get into it. So there's a lot of different options for Halloween costumes. Some of them are going to be like more pricey, and those are genuinely, it's not always true that you get what you pay for with Halloween costumes, but mostly true. So if you want kind of like a disposable costume, you're gonna be in the, $10 to $30 range, unless you thrift it. If you thrift it, then you can get really good stuff. But for the most part, costumes are expensive. Some of the stuff we're going to talk about is really, really pricey, and some stuff is budget, and I will let you know. So there's all kinds of options in here, and a special DIY section that I got from Pinterest, which I love Pinterest so much. All right, guys. So let's say you wanted to do the flapper or the sexy witch. These are some options right here. This is from Hips and Curves. Hips and Curves is basically like your traditional kind of sexy costume place. So I tried to pick ones that weren't just like full-on lingerie, because most people aren't. I mean, if you're okay wearing that out, like, more power to you, no problem. But for the most part, I'm not okay with that. So for myself. But we've got two flapper dresses here and a witch. Again, these are actually on sale right now at hipsandcurves.com for about $35, $37, somewhere around there. And I don't think any of these are bad. I've heard really good things about Hips and Curves costumes. I've never ordered one myself, but Sarah Ray Vargas, you should check out her channel. I'll link it down below. She actually did a try-on of like Amazon costumes. I think were really cool, and I tried not to duplicate any of the ones that she was recommending. She actually did a try-on. I don't have YouTuber try-on money, but we can certainly talk about these, because talk is cheap, y'all. Talk is cheap. So I don't think any of these are bad. I think the like witch costumes, these are basic, like I need a costume, I don't know what to be, I don't really want to put that much thought into it kind of stuff, and they're pretty. So yeah, or if you're going to like a themed party. Now this is from Torrid, and I think this is beautiful, but I'm conflicted. So this is the Royal Halloween Maxi Dress. This is $78.90. So $78.90 from Torrid.com. I think it's beautiful, but I'm a little uncomfortable with like cultural costumes. But I feel like because this is portraying a specific character and not necessarily like a culture, an overall culture. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't wear a Pocahontas costume, so I was a little bit hesitant to include this, but I think that this particular one kind of, to me, this kind of just looks pretty, and it's inspired by a culture, but it's not a cultural costume, if that makes sense. Let me know in the comments down below if you disagree with me. If you're someone who's of Middle Eastern descent or Arabic descent, I would love to know your opinion. So now these are ones that are super fun. These are also from Torrid. The Disney Pixar Toy Story Alien Blue Hooded Cozy Dress. I think this would be perfect if you're gonna go have like a wild party night and you need something to be comfortable after, but you still kind of want to look cute. This one's $42.18, or you just kind of want to have fun and you don't want to do anything too like wild and crazy. And then they also have the Sally Nightmare Before Christmas dress, and I love Sally. I love Sally so much. My husband and I watch Nightmare Before Christmas every single year on Halloween, and I absolutely love this dress. It's $59.90 though, so I don't know that I would pay that much for it. Like, they're definitely earning that licensing money on this one. So I feel like that's a little overpriced for what it is, because this is basically like a jersey dress, and it's not really a costume, it's just like a printed dress. So yeah, I don't know where they're coming up with that price point. This, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This is so cute. So you know how a lot of people will be Ariel, but they'll be like Ariel the mermaid version? This is the Little Mermaid Ariel skater dress, like the dress that she wears when she's like on land as a human. And I think this is so cute. It's so smart, because you could rewear this. You could just rewear this in your everyday life, and most people would like not even think about it. And it's cute. It's super cute. It is $54.90 though, so to me, I would have to kind of rewear it. So if it's not like good material, then no. It looks a little flimsy for that price point. Again, that's that licensing money. They gotta make that licensing money. So you've been warned. This is the Incredibles red and black skater dress. This one's only $38.28. I think that this is kind of a cool dress, because this is something I would rewear on the weekends. I would definitely wear it and just kind of in my head be Elastigirl. Like, I would just do that, because no, you know what? I want to be Edna Mode. Oh my god, that would be such a good costume to be Edna Mode. Oh, I would love to be her. I would just run around all day saying, no capes. This one's pretty cool. Last year I saw really like stupid, gross Maleficent costumes. This one's actually kind of cool. They put a little bit of effort into it. It's the black and green high-low skater dress, and like the high-low part in the back has like green flames going up. I think that's really cool. I think that's awesome, and it's $68.90 though. Come on, guys. You don't need that much licensing money. If you wanted to be a cute little pixie, there is the Disney Tinkerbell lime green skater dress at Torrid's for $64.90. You guys, honestly, you could go to Forever 21. I think they're having tons of sales right now, because unfortunately they're like filing for bankruptcy. And you could go get a lime green dress at like Loud Bodies. You could get a lime green dress from Reb Dolls. You could get a lime green dress from anywhere and basically get the exact same thing without having to pay $64.90. Like, don't spend this much money, because this is basically just a lime green dress with ruffles, and then you can just buy like the wings and do like really pretty glittery makeup. Do you want to see a Tinkerbell? Ooh, I got this elf palette that I got the Earth and Ocean palette from Elf, and it has this beautiful like apple teeny green color and be perfect for a Tinkerbell costume. Do you guys want to see a Tinkerbell tutorial? I think that would be fun. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it. So this is from Amazon, and I think that this is kind of awesome. This is only $26.50, and it is a Leg Avenue Women's Enchanted Rainbow Unicorn costume. I feel like this is such a happy unicorn, and whenever I think of unicorns, I think of Lily Singh, who is a YouTuber, and she now has her own show, A Little Late with Lily Singh, on NBC. This is not sponsored. They're not, like, I just love Lily Singh so much. If you've never checked out her channel before, she started on YouTube kind of like doing a similar thing to Jenna Marbles, but from just like a different perspective. Like, she's Canadian and Indian, and just like an amazingly positive person. She wrote this book that honestly changed my life called How to Be a Boss, BAWSE. And after reading that, like, a lot of, like, you can't not be inspired by that book. And it's not like a bunch of hooey. Like, I'm very allergic to like gurus and their hooey. But she's just really a down-to-earth, like, hey, work hard kind of person, and just really practical advice about how to not let life get you down, but still like just conquer life. And I love that. Okay, so anyways, we're talking about costumes. All right, This is the Glamazon Warrior costume. I think this is pretty cool. I don't think it comes with the tights though, so I think you have to buy those separately. Now I do think this comes in like the 3X, 4X, like 1X, 2X, 3X, 4X. I think that you will probably want to make sure, if you're going to order this, make sure that you have like some like spanky pants or something underneath, because this looks really, really short. If you don't, if you err to the more modest side, like I do. This one, this one I was so excited about, and it's not that expensive. This is the 4704, and it is the Women's Plus English Nanny Mary Poppins costume in gray. And I think you have to buy your own umbrella. I don't think it comes with that. But oh my gosh. So here's how you would thrift this though. Like say you don't want to spend $47. You've got a blue dress, you've got you've got the red tie and like the white collar. If you have all that stuff already, all you would need is the umbrella and the coat and the bag and maybe the hat. So you could thrift all of those things. You would just need like kind of like the old-fashioned umbrella with the like curved handle and like a literal carpet bag and the gray coat. So you could thrift this. It would be really cute. But honestly, $47.04, like all of the stuff like that you're gonna thrift, it might come out to that anyway. So it'd be cute. This one is a Snow White costume. It's pretty cute. I don't hate it, but I'm not like in love with it either. I wish that they would have made the skirt a little bit longer and like put the tulle on underneath to make it a little bit more true to the actual costume. That was a little too expensive. It's like $49.97. I don't think it's worth that. But if you were in a pinch and you can afford it and you like it, like if you're a big Snow White fan, this is one I saw and I immediately thought like Cyndi Lauper. I don't know why. But this is basically like underground, like 90s, 80s punk rock. It's the Funky Punk Skeleton Bones adult costume, and it's $36.31 on Amazon. I think this is really fun, and especially if you are someone who's like really into neon eyeshadow or like glow in the dark lipstick or stuff like that, this might be really fun for you. There were not had to get a drink. There were not that many in stock when I looked. It said there were only 5, so you might want to check and just make sure. This one has my heart though, and it has my heart, and I don't want it to because it's too expensive. It's the Leg Avenue Women's Classic Cinderella Princess costume. I don't know how I feel about it because it's $51.95, and it's just, I feel like that's too expensive because the material's just, I know this is the kind of material that rips really easily. Just by looking at it, I can tell, and I know that I would like step on this skirt and just rip it, and I would be so mad. If you want if you're going to like a ball, like a masquerade ball, and you need something a little bit more sophisticated, but you don't want to spend a ton of money, this might be for you. This is $35.99, but it says it's charging $11.49 for shipping. Pfft, bump that. I don't pay for shipping. I'm an American. I don't pay for shipping. Sorry to my international friends in the States. We are not used to paying for shipping. We hate paying for shipping. I will literally put $6 of product in my cart before I will pay for shipping, and that's how they get us, because they know that about us. So, I mean, I actually think this is a really sheer see-through, like kind of shirt, not shirt, how do you say that? Like, it's like a gathered empire waist. It looks pretty sheer though, so you might want to make sure that you have like black leggings or like other, like a black undershirt to put underneath it, or stuff to go on top of it, like a surplus. Like if you're going to a fancy ball, this would be a good base garment, but this isn't what you would need for the whole costume. So just kind of keep that in mind too if you're going to like a more fancy event. Speaking of more fancy events, this one is a floral print costume Renaissance medieval gown, which those are two different time periods, doesn't make sense. Also, this dress wouldn't fit into either of those categories, to be honest. This is more of a 1700s dress. So closer to like the end of the Renaissance, more like the yeah, not closer to like the end of the 1700s. Would be closer to that, like 1770s. That's just my nerd coming through, just so you know. If you're a costume designer and I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. This does come up to 5X though, and I think that's really cool. And they had this in green, and they had it in, I think, black. I think they had it in green, blue, black, and I think there was a red too. So if you go to Amazon and type in like plus size Halloween costumes, like a bunch of stuff will come up, like all of these. This one was $23.77 plus $15.99 shipping. Again, that's a lot for shipping. I'm not happy about that. This is really cool though. This was the Lucy polka dot dress costume. So if you wanted to dress up like Lucy O'Ball, you could. The queen, the original queen of comedy. $31.31. It said there was only one left in stock though. This one was a adult woman Robin Hood costume, $38.32. I'm not sure how I feel about this one because it's there's a lot of like cleavage, and I'm just like, does every Halloween costume have to have cleavage? Like, do we have to do that? But if say you wanted to not have all of that, an easy way to fix that would be to take one of the sides and kind of pull it over, and you could like pin it with a brooch, or you could pin it with a brooch, or you could pin it with, or you could use like fashion tape, either way, and kind of close that off if you wanted to. So I just told you how I didn't like super sexy costumes, but I picked out this one because it's just iconic. This is a Jessica Rabbit costume. It is absolutely adorable. It is way too expensive. It is $94.99. But if you're a huge Jessica Rabbit fan and you just adore Jessica Rabbit, it might be worth it because this actually looks pretty well made. There is a giant slit in it, and I don't think it comes with the shoes. So you gotta, let's see. Does it come with the shoes? No, it does not come with the shoes. It comes with a dress, the pair of gloves, and adjustable clear shoulder straps. So that's cool. It comes with shoulder straps. This one is, the Jessica Rabbit one is from fun.com. And this one is from HalloweenCostumes.com. This is the deluxe Harry Potter plus size Hufflepuff robe costume, which I think is awesome because Hufflepuff doesn't get enough love. If you think about it, Hufflepuff is just like the good guys of the entire like Hogwarts universe. They're like the good people. They're just like the nice people. So Hufflepuff doesn't get enough love. I myself am a Gryffindor, according to Pottermore. So I'm just like a super extra ridiculous person who thinks and talks before, or who talks and acts before they think. That's the bad side of me. So now, if you wanted to make a statement with your costume and you wanted to maybe have a little bit of historical impact, I think this is an amazing costume, and I'm highly considering it. This is a Ruth Bader Ginsburg costume. If you don't know who RBG is, she is the notorious RBG, and she has been on the Supreme Court for many, many years, since the 1970s, and she has been a champion of women's rights. So if you don't know about her, go Google her now. That is your homework. All right. So she also is known for wearing this like really kind of pretty collar whenever she writes a dissent. If you don't know, a dissent in the Supreme Court is when a justice writes an opinion that they know that is not going along with the rest of the court. So that's not like the official Supreme Court decision. So a lot of the dissents are very sometimes the dissent will get more publicity than the actual decision of the court. So that's some civics for you. Now, this I thought was super cute. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a pregnancy costume or if this was just something that the person thought was funny and cute. It's Elliott from E.T. and E.T.'s in the little basket. And I thought this would be a super cute one for somebody who is pregnant. Or if you just have a little belly like I do. Like, I'm not pregnant, but I have a belly. I could do this. I thought it was cute. Oh my gosh, I saw this and it made me so happy. It just made me so happy. It's a troll doll. It's the troll from the movie Trolls. The girl, I don't remember her name because I don't remember stuff like that. But it's amazing, and you could very easily achieve this look with like a, peachy tank top and some multicolored tulle. You actually wouldn't even have to sew the tulle. If you could find tulle that was already dyed, you could actually just buy like little pieces and tie it on to like a string and then just wear like shorts underneath or whatever, and use like the canned colored spray in your hair, and this would be so perfect. It's so cute. Again, if you want to have some historical impact, this is a the one on the left is Dolores Huerta, and I actually don't know who the like little, I don't know who the black and white one is supposed to be. Like, it's kind of generic. I don't know. If you know, let me know down in the comments. But the one holding up the sign, that's Dolores Huerta. If you don't know, Dolores Huerta was second in command to Cesar Chavez. If you don't know who Cesar Chavez is, Google it. It is part of American history. You should know. Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta, American heroes. They fought for farm workers' rights, and they had an entire campaign in the 1970s trying to get farm workers' rights and decent living conditions and wages. So the fight continues, and let's move on. This one, oh, these are so cute. I'm so excited. So if you have a little one, these would be perfect, or you could do them for you too. This one, of course, is a suffragette. She has a sign that votes for women. Back in the day, the colors of the suffragettes was purple, white, and gold. That was the colors that people would wear to show their support for women's suffrage. A lot of people don't know that women would get arrested and then they would go on hunger strikes in the jails and then were force-fed and sometimes would die from the force feeding, which is terrible. Women fought incredibly hard to get the right to vote in this country, in the UK, in almost every other country in the world. So do not forget to register to vote. As a matter of fact, there's a link in this description box for you to go register to vote if you live in the United States. If you don't, make sure you vote in your country, because make sure wherever you are, you're voting and part of your electoral democracy. So this other one, of course, is Jane Goodall, and this is such a cute little safari thing. She has a little tiny monkey. It's so adorable. I love it so much. And I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that the woman in the purple dress is supposed to be Jane Austen. I believe it's supposed to be Jane Austen. It could be Madame Curie, though. Could be either one of those. I'm not sure because it's this right time period. She's got on a little like name badge, but I can't read it. The angle is off. I'm gonna assume that it's Jane Austen because she's dressed in a dress Jane Austen would wear. I love Jane Austen. It's my all-time favorite author. I could repeat Pride and Prejudice word for word. But we're not here to talk about me and my crazy addictions. Now, Captain Marvel. I cannot tell you how excited I was to see the Captain Marvel movie. And for any of you or any dude out there who wants to say like, oh, Captain Marvel's OP'd, whatever, you know what? The Hulk is OP'd. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And if you don't know what OP'd means, it means overpowered. Basically, when someone says that a superhero is OP'd or overpowered, it means that that superhero has too much power and they're too strong, and it's not an interesting story because they don't have enough weaknesses. Well, I'm here to tell you that Captain Marvel is awesome, and you should totally see that movie if you haven't seen it. It's amazing, and it is literally a female catharsis for the ages. Just saying. And to all the people who are like, oh, they're social justice warriors, I don't care. Your opinion is invalid. Invalid. Captain Marvel's awesome. This one is Lady Liberty, who is challenging the status quo, which I'm down with. This one's super cute. Again, if you are expecting this might be a really cute costume for you, Serena Williams, pregnant. Yeah, Serena Williams being pregnant, going and like competing in like at the highest levels of tennis, and then like having a baby and then coming back and then still competing at the highest levels of tennis. I don't know how people do it. I've never been pregnant. I've also never competed in tennis or any sport. So I'm in awe of you, Serena Williams. This one is Kamala Khan from Ms. Marvel. If you don't know, Kamala Khan is the first Muslim American superhero in the Marvel Universe, and I believe her comic is already out, and I think they are making a movie. I think Mindy Kaling is involved in it as an executive producer. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but I am super excited to see it. This brings back nostalgia from my childhood. This is Daria and her friend Jane, and I so identified with Jane so often and so much, where she was just like the acerbic wit, you know. Jane was who I wished I was, but I didn't quite rise to her level. I wasn't quite as quick-witted as she was. I was probably more like Daria, kind of sullen and like not that complex, just kind of like whiny. So sorry, everybody. This is so cool too. This is Leslie Knope as the Pawnee Goddess. If you don't know, Leslie Knope is an amazing character from Parks and Rec, which is a show you can watch on Netflix right now. It is one of the best shows in the world. It's very silly, but it's very heartfelt, and it's about like a Parks and Rec department in Middle America and the different personalities in there, and like hilarity ensues. And I absolutely love it because they've dealt with serious and real issues in an amazingly funny and just fresh way, where you didn't feel like you were watching an after-school special. You just understood that this was people's lives, and like this is the real world, like this is what happens, even though it was, you know, fiction. But it was awesome. Again, super nostalgic for me. This is Dana Scully. Dana Scully was the skeptical doctor, this scientist who was paired with Fox Mulder, who believed in like every conspiracy that the world could have. And it's so funny because I think as a kid I was more of a Mulder, and but I liked Scully, but I identified more as a Mulder, and I think as time went on I just became more and more Scully-like. Although I did think it was ridiculous that they would like make her run in heels, which was really stupid. But it was the 90s, and I don't know. This one's just kind of clever. I like it. Two ladies that are bad and bougie, and I just thought this was cute. This would be a really easy costume to do if you already had the coats, or you could thrift some coats and do it. I think that this is really cute. Again, if you are into like the 80s pop scene, if you're really into that, this is kind of like a different version of like that skull one. This is $24.99. It's at HalloweenCostumes.com. So this one was cute. I don't think it's as cute as the skull one. This one's also from HalloweenCostumes.com, and it's only $40, and it is Dorothy. The Toto is not included, however. So it comes in size 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28. And all of them are $39.99. I think that this would be really cute, but I also think that if you are like on the smaller end of plus size, like anywhere from an 18 to like a 22, you can probably find this at a thrift store. Like right now, a lot of thrift stores have a bunch of Halloween costumes, and when you're thrifting stuff, you're not creating more demand in like packaging and other stuff. So, you know, I would also say that if you're going to invest in a Halloween costume, maybe invest in something that you want to wear more than 1 year. Maybe not like all the time, like every year, but say pick like a thing that, yeah, I want to do that this year, but I'm gonna do it again like in the, like not next year but the year after, you know, so you can kind of like cycle through things instead of having to buy like a new one every year. Or if you want to be something new, like try thrifting first. Try thrifting and like putting stuff together first and get creative. All right, lovelies, those are all of the costumes that I thought were at least worth your consideration for your Halloween wardrobe. Please let me know what you plan to be for Halloween. I would love, 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 love to see your looks. I would love to see what you come up with. I want to know what your plans are. Are you going to go dancing? Are you going to go monster mashing? Are you going to go trick-or-treating with the kids? I would love to know. Are you going to go trick-or-treating just by yourself? You know, like who knows? Oh, also, this shirt, like this super pretty printed shirt, I have from the brand called Justify. It's available at Fred Meyer or Kroger, and it is in the plus size section. If you have a Fred Meyer / Kroger, it's Fred Meyer on the West Coast, Kroger I think in the Midwest and everywhere else. It is in the like department store section. They have a plus size section. They also have some other really like cool fall staples, like starting at like 10 bucks, 10, 15 bucks. Again, not sponsored. I just wanted to let you guys know because I know sometimes I just need a quick something to refresh a wardrobe or to like inject some color, and I wanted some fall colors, and this just kind of did it for me. And it's got the little pocket, and that's my favorite. I love random pockets. All right, guys, I'm so excited that you I'm so happy that you are here and watching. If you want to follow me on social media, I will put my socials here. And let me know in the comments down below what you're gonna be for Halloween, what you're up to, what you're doing, how you doing, where you going. You know, I'm just being nosy. So, all right, guys, I can't wait to see you on Sunday. Bye.